Hello students. So in this video we are going to discuss about important questions of chapter 1 science, that is chemical reactions and equations. And first question is, why should the magnesium ribbon be cleaned before burning in air?
Magnesium metal is of grey color with shiny surface. But reaction of this magnesium in presence of atmospheric oxygen, the oxygen present in air, will lead to form a protective layer of magnesium oxide. So before burning it, it should be cleaned with sandpaper.
Next question is, how magnesium react with oxygen? तो बच्चे मैग्नीशियम को जब ऑक्सीजन से रिएक्ट करवाते हैं, इट विल फॉर्म मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड प्लस हीट, and this is a type of combination reaction in which two reactants combine to give one single product. Correct? And this is also exothermic process. Exothermic process means in which heat is released. This is exothermic reaction. बच्चे, and for balancing, according to law of conservation of mass, the mass of the reactant should be equals to mass of the product. Correct? So बच्चे, the number of atoms on left side and the number of atoms on right side should be equal. Now look here, there are two magnesium atoms, but in this case there is only one oxygen atom, so you need to write 2 here. Now we are having 2 oxygens, but now magnesium becomes 2, so to balance it you need to write 2 here. This is balanced chemical reaction when magnesium react with oxygen. This is combination reaction, exothermic reaction, and the color of magnesium oxide is white. और बच्चे, white heat, white light produce होती है, dazzling white light. Next question is, what happens when lead nitrate is burnt or heated? बच्चे, the formula of lead nitrate is PbNO3 twice. Correct? When you burn this is the sign of heat. It will form lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. This is decomposition reaction. Decomposition means बच्चे, in which one reactant decomposes, breakdowns into 2 or more substances. Decomposition reaction. And this is also endothermic. Endothermic reaction means बच्चे, in which heat is absorbed. You need to supply heat for the decomposition. So बच्चे, you need to learn what is the color of nitrogen dioxide, which color gas is being released. This is of brown color. The color of lead oxide is yellow and lead nitrate is red. Next question is, what happens when ferrous sulfate is heated? The formula of ferrous sulfate is FeSO4. बच्चे, whenever FeSO4 is heated, it will form Fe2O3, ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide gas plus sulfur trioxide gas. बच्चे, these are of acidic nature. Acidic nature. And the type of reaction is decomposition. Decomposition because इसमें भी same हो रहा है. One reactant is dissociating into 2 or more products. What happens when quicklime is added in water? बच्चे, quicklime is calcium oxide. When it react with water, H2O. Quicklime when react with H2O, it forms calcium hydroxide plus large amount of heat. In this reaction, heat is released, so this process is exothermic process. In this case, 2 reactants are combining to give one single product. That is also combination reaction. Next question is, which substance is used for whitewashing? बच्चे, quicklime, that is calcium oxide, is used for whitewashing. When calcium oxide is mixed with water, it forms, or slaked lime. This is also called slaked lime. It slowly reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate solid. And this is also called limestone. Next, why is silver chloride kept in dark colored bottles? बच्चे silver chloride is AgCl. This is of white color. But when it is exposed to sunlight, it will dissociate to form silver, which is of grey color, plus chlorine gas. So it should be kept in dark colored bottle, otherwise it will decompose. This is decomposition reaction. And बच्चे ये लाइट की प्रेजेंस में हो रही है, दैट्स वाई इट विल बी फोटोलिटिक decomposition reaction. बच्चे next question is what happens when iron is dipped in copper sulfate solution? बच्चे iron is Fe plus copper sulfate solution CuSO4 aqueous. डिप करके रखा है तो क्या होगा बेटा? This will be a displacement reaction because more reactive element will displace less reactive element from its salt solution. अगर इसको displace कर देगा it will lead to form FeSO4 aqueous plus copper solid. More reactive will displace less reactive from its solution. And the color of copper sulfate is blue and ferrous sulfate is green और copper का color brown. Type of reaction is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction in which more reactive element will displace less reactive element from its salt solution. Next question is what happens when lead nitrate react with potassium iodide? बच्चे lead nitrate is PbNO3 twice plus Ki is potassium iodide. What will happen? Now look here. This Pb nitrate, Pb2 positive plus NO3 negative, and this is K positive and I negative. Positive of this will combine with negative of this, and it will lead to form PbI2, lead iodide, which is of yellow color. Lead iodide, yellow color, precipitate. Precipitate means insoluble substance. Plus positive of this will combine with this to form KNO3, potassium nitrate. The type of reaction is double displacement reaction. एंड बच्चे इसमें ये जो येलो कलर का लेड आयोडाइड फॉर्म हो रहा है दैट इज प्रेसिपिटेट. दिस इज ऑल्सो प्रेसिपिटेशन रिएक्शन. Exchange of ions is double displacement reaction, and due to formation of insoluble substance is precipitation reaction. Next question is what happens when copper powder is heated? बच्चे copper is Cu. When Cu is heated in presence of oxygen, it will form CuO. Copper is of brown color and copper oxide is a black layer. When copper is burnt in presence of oxygen, it will form a layer of copper oxide which is of black color. Next is how to reverse the above reaction. Reverse कैसे करें? So बच्चे, for this you need to add hydrogen and then heat that substance. You are getting copper plus H2O. This was of black color, now it is of brown color. So the above reaction has been reversed. Next is why is respiration considered an exothermic reaction? Explain. बच्चे, respiration is a biological process in which food particles, or you can say glucose, that is food, carbohydrates food, C6H12O6. When it react with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide plus H2O plus energy. This process is respiration, breakdown of food in presence of oxygen. This is exothermic process because energy is being released. Next question is identify oxidized and reduced substances. बच्चे, there is a reaction in which copper oxide react with hydrogen to form copper and H2O. Now you know what is oxidation and reduction. Oxidation is simply addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen, and reduction is removal of oxygen and addition of hydrogen. So in this process, CuO plus H2, Cu plus H2O, but CuO is getting converted into Cu. तो देखो इसमें क्या हो रहा है, removal of oxygen, and removal of oxygen is reduction. The process is reduction, and this H2 substance is addition of oxygen, and addition of oxygen is oxidation. You can say this H2 is getting oxidized and CuO is getting reduced. Oxidized is hydrogen because it is gaining one oxygen, and substance reduced is copper oxide because it is removing, losing oxygen. So next question is what happens when sodium sulfate react with barium chloride? Sodium sulfate is Na2SO4 plus barium chloride is BaCl2. Now you can clearly see there are two salts. Whenever there are two salts present,
It will undergo double displacement reaction.
Na positive will combine with Cl to form NaCl plus this barium will combine with sulfate to form BaSO4. बच्चे बेरियम सल्फेट के पीपीटीज का कलर क्या है, वाइट, एंड द टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शन इज डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट reaction, or it can be also precipitation reaction. Just what is rancidity? This is oxidation of fatty or oily food which spoils the taste and smell of the food. This is oxidation reaction. बच्चे, how to prevent rancidity? For the prevention of rancidity, chips packet has been flushed with nitrogen gas. Keeping food in fridge or refrigerator, right? Using airtight containers. BHT or BHA antioxidants can be used. BHT is butylated hydroxytoluene and BHA is butylated hydroxyanisole.